Today we will see about genes. Before going to genes, let us know what is the genome. The genome is the total genetic material of an organism, which includes both the genes and non-coding sequences. The smallest genomes occur in viruses and viroids, which act as viroids they act as single non-coding RNA gene. In plants have extremely large genomes. For example, rice contains more than 46,000 protein coding genes. What is a gene? A gene is a basic physical and functional unit of heredity. The genes are made up of DNA. For example, if you see this diagram, this is a cell. The cell contains a nucleus. The nucleus has a chromosome, and the chromosome contains DNA. Gene is a part of DNA. Gene is a sequence of nucleotides in DNA or RNA that encodes the synthesis of a gene product. The gene product may be RNA or protein. During the gene expression, the DNA is first copied into RNA. The RNA can be directly functional or be the intermediate template for a protein that performs a function. However, many genes do not code for proteins. If you see this diagram, here it is the DNA. The DNA will undergo replication, and also on the DNA, one of the strands is used as a template for the production of mRNA. This mRNA gives rise to protein on the ribosomes. Now we will see the structure of a gene. It is the organization of specialized sequence elements within the gene. Genes contain the information necessary for living cells to survive and reproduce. First, the genes require a promoter sequence to which the RNA polymerase binds to initiate transcription. So here the RNA polymerase binds to a consensus sequence like the Tata box. The Tata box is in eukaryotes. Similar one, TAAT box or Pribno box occurs in case of bacteria. In this picture we can see the promoter and the Tata box where the RNA polymerase can bind. This TATAWAW. Here W means either T or A. And also there are exons and introns. We will see what are introns and exons. These are the nucleotide sequences within a gene. Introns are the non-coding regions. These are removed from the nascent RNA by a process called as splicing. They are not expressed in the final messenger RNA product. Exons are the coding regions. They bind covalently to one another in order to create mature mRNA. In this picture we can see that this is the DNA with many exons and introns, and DNA is transcribed into RNA along with the exons and introns. This is the nascent RNA, and the nascent RNA undergoes splicing where the introns are removed and only the exons will bind together. These exons will in turn translate into protein. So the genes also have regulatory regions which are many kilobases upstream or downstream of the open reading frame that alter expression. So an open reading frame is the area of the DNA which gives rise to a protein. So many prokaryotic genes are organized into structures called as operons. These are with multiple protein coding sequences which are transcribed together as a unit. The genes in an operon are transcribed as a continuous messenger RNA. This is referred to as polycistronic mRNA. In this picture you can see there are structural gene 1, structural gene 2, structural gene 3. So all the genes are, the mRNA is continuously synthesized for all these genes. This is called as polycistronic mRNA. Now we will see the types of genes. First one is essential genes. These are the set of genes which are critical for an organism's survival. These include abundant availability of all the relevant nutrients and the absence of environmental stress. For example, in E. coli and Bacillus subtilis, there are about 250 to 400 genes, which are essential genes. They constitute 10% of the complete genome. Next comes the structural genes. This is a gene that codes for any RNA or protein product other than a regulatory factor. The structural gene products includes enzymes and structural proteins. They also encode non-coding RNAs such as rRNAs and tRNAs. In prokaryotes, the structural genes of related function are typically adjacent to one another on a single strand of DNA, forming an operon. So, all the genes which are meant for one function are located together in the prokaryotes. Prokaryotic structural genes are transcribed into a polycistronic mRNA and then which is subsequently translated. The location and content of structural genes can explain the evolution of virulence and also provide the necessary information for treatment. Specific changes in the structural gene sequences can lead to gain or loss of virulence of an organism. This aids in understanding the mechanism by which diseases affect their hosts. Examples of structural genes in lac operon in E. coli are Z, LAC-Z, LAC-Y, LAC-A. This LAC-Z codes for beta-galactosidase, Y codes for beta-galactoside permease, and A codes for galactoside acetyl transferase. In this picture we can see this is the complete lac operon, where this is the regulatory gene, promoter, operator. These are the structural genes LAC-Z, LAC-Y and LAC-A. Next is constitutive genes. This is a gene that is transcribed continuously in a cell. These are required for the maintenance of basic cellular function. So they are called as housekeeping genes. For example, genes coding for tRNAs, rRNAs, DNA and polymerase subunits, ATP and GTP, and proteins involved in protein synthesis. Next is facultative or non-constitutive genes. These are transcribed only when they are needed. So they are regulated by the regulatory genes. Whenever required, they are synthesized. They are transcribed. There are two types, induced and repressive. The induced ones, for example, genes for lactose utilization. These are expressed when glucose is absent and lactose is present. Repressive, for example, genes for tryptophan synthesis. These are turned off when tryptophan is available and turned on when tryptophan is absent. Next comes regulatory genes. The regulatory gene is a gene involved in controlling the expression of one or more other genes. Regulatory sequences encode regulatory genes. They are often located at the 5' end of the start site of the transcription of the gene which they regulate, or they can also be found at the 3' end to the transcription start site. A regulatory gene may encode a protein or it may work at the level of RNA. For example, the genes encoding microRNAs. In prokaryotes, regulatory genes often code for repressor proteins. Repressor proteins bind to operators or promoters, preventing the RNA polymerase from transcribing RNA. They are usually constantly expressed, so the cell always have a supply of repressor molecules. Regulatory genes can be located within an operon or adjacent to it or far away from it. Other regulatory genes code for activator proteins. So not only repressors, some regulatory genes also code for activator proteins. An activator binds to a site on the DNA molecule and causes an increase in the transcription of a nearby gene. In prokaryotes, a well-known activator protein is the catabolite activator protein. This is involved in positive control of the lac operon. The regulatory genes can also be described as positive or negative regulators based on the environmental conditions that surround the cell. Positive regulators are regulatory elements that permit RNA polymerase binding to the promoter region and allows transcription. For example, in lac operon, the positive regulator is CAP-CAMP complex that must bind close to the site of the start of the transcription of lac genes. So, binding of this regulator allows RNA polymerase to bind successfully to the promoter of the lac gene sequence, which advances the transcription of lac genes Z, Y, and A. Here you can see this is the CAP complex binding to the promoter, and now the RNA polymerase can bind to the promoter and then it can pass through the structural genes producing mRNAs. The negative regulators are the regulatory elements which obstruct the binding of RNA polymerase to the promoter region, thus repressing the transcription. For example, in the lac operon, the negative regulator is the lac repressor which binds to the promoter in the same site that RNA polymerase binds. The binding of the lac repressor to RNA polymerase binding site inhibits transcription of the lac genes. So, when a co-repressor is bound to the lac repressor, the binding site becomes free for RNA polymerase to carry out the transcription of lac genes. Lactose converts to allolactose. Allolactose binds to the repressor. So, repressor cannot bind to the promoter, but RNA polymerase can bind to the promoter and then it can pass through the structural genes, resulting in the production of many mRNA molecules.